Hello, wonderful ladies and gentlemen. Don't have necessarily any sort of plan for today's video, but I think I want to start with gratitude. I did a video recently, yesterday, day before, I think. This video here, I talked about the breakup that Emmy and I are going through right now, and a lot of you left a lot of very nice, very encouraging, very amazing comments. I could see that a lot of you were a little bit sad, so I appreciate you sharing that with me. I appreciate you being so honest. I tried to be honest in the video as much as I possibly could, and it looks like all of you were as honest as you possibly could. So I appreciate that. I like that we as a community can kind of all be here for each other. I think that's really nice. So nothing but love for all of you. Like I said to a couple of your comments, like if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me about it, or like if you're sort of trying to figure out, for some of you, like, do I want an open relationship? Do I want monogamy? Like, what kind of relationship do I want? Like, I'm happy to try and answer those sort of questions. I've obviously done a whole bunch of content on relationships. Like, if you go onto my channel, go into the playlist section, there's like 50 videos that Emmy and I did, or I did a lot of them by myself as well, on relationships and some of the philosophies that helped us grow to get to a point where, when it comes to an end, after 7 beautiful years together, we can sit here and be grateful. It was all the sort of mindsets that we talked about in this playlist. So lots of that there. But yeah, again, guys, I really appreciate how nice you've all been. I appreciate how honest you've all been. Like, quite a lot of you have said, man, I'm kind of sad. If I'm honest, I'm really sad. That's fucking beautiful. Like, I think sometimes maybe we take this community or this group of people, we've all come together. I think we take this community for granted sometimes, or at least I do sometimes. And this is me being honest about that. It is a fairly fucking rare thing to be able to share your emotions with strangers on the internet who don't really feel like strangers, even though we are all strangers in our lives, in each other's lives. It's a pretty rare thing to be that honest. For me to be this honest with all of you and trust all of you and be vulnerable with all of you and know that you'll all be pretty fucking nice, even if I pour my heart and soul or bare my soul. I recorded that video about the breakup the day after the breakup. You hear me say like 4 or 5 times in the video, like, I could cry right now. And I came pretty close. And if I'd cried, I would have felt very fucking comfortable leaving that in the video. I would have just left it in the video. I already kind of decided before I sat down. I was like, yeah, there's a good chance I cry. If I cry, cool. I'll cry in front of people. I trust all these men and women. They'll be nice to me. Maybe 1 or 2 won't be kind. There was maybe 1 comment like that, but that's fine. I, deleted that comment. But you're all pretty fucking nice. And so I feel very comfortable sharing with all of you. I think that's incredibly rare. There are spaces like that on the internet, but they're rare. And then a space where all of you are able to share your shit as well. And you're all able to say, like, hey, here's how I feel. I feel like this, or I'm struggling with this, or, hey, man, do you have any advice on this? I feel like a virgin who can't get laid. I feel like a loser, or I feel like I don't deserve money and I'm struggling with my business, or I have 150 pounds to lose and I'm intimidated, or I'm depressed and suicidal. It's kind of nice that we all have this space where, as strangers, we can all be there for each other. And so, again, this is me celebrating that. I have nothing but love for all of you. I appreciate the shit out of you. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about this, ask away. One of you, there was a woman, I forgot your name, sorry. I believe it was Haley, who basically, like, politely, very gently said, like, hey, I hope I'm not prying too much and asking too many questions, because we went back and forth. She asked a couple of questions. You guys and girls are welcome to ask whatever fucking questions you want. If there's ever a question that I'm not comfortable with or I don't want to answer, I'll just politely say, hey, I kind of want to keep that to myself. But this just applies to everything, by the way, not just the breakup. Like, you can all ask me literally anything. There are some things that I'm not going to tell you, and I will just politely say, hey, I respect you asking that. I appreciate that. I don't want to share that, but, like, good job asking. I will literally compliment you for asking me a difficult question, because it can be a little bit tricky to ask a question that you're worried is prying too much. Like, there's certain topics in society that, like, they say never talk about, like, never talk about money. You guys and girls can ask me how much money I make. Like, I've fucking done like 3 or 4 videos on this. Go onto my channel, go into the playlist section. There's a money section, a money playlist. If you go in there, you'll see like 3 or 4 videos. I literally break down, here's how much money we made this month. Here's where it went. Here's the costs and all of that. So you can ask me about money. You can ask me about my sex life if you care. put that out there anyway. You can ask me about the breakup and how I'm feeling. Right now, I feel really, really, really good. Lots of gratitude, lots of love, a little bit of sadness. I would say I feel 10% sadness, 90% gratitude. I know that's 100% already, but 10% excitement about the future, my future and Emmy's future. But yeah, the point is, you guys and girls can always ask me like literally anything. I will answer 99.9% of your questions, and the 0.1%, I will just politely say, hey, I probably want to keep that to myself, but good job asking. So I'm an open book. Most of you seem like open books. When I sit down with someone for coaching, my God, do you men and women show your vulnerable sides? It's really beautiful to witness. I feel honored that I get to be there as part of that. When I do live streams and stuff like that, all of you are very honest and vulnerable and open as well. When you leave comments and you say, man, I'm struggling with this, or I just want to figure this out, you're very vulnerable. So I appreciate all of that. I guess while I've got you, while we're here, I may as well talk about what I've been up to, other than, breaking up with my partner of 7 years. Other than that, I have done a few live streams. I went a fairly long period of time there where I didn't really collaborate with people. Like sometimes Cam would come on the channel and we'd do a video, but for the most part, I was really only sitting down with past coaching clients and doing videos with them. Like I wasn't really going on other people's channels. And that's something that I've started doing a little bit more of, going back on people's channels. I recently went on this channel here. So this guy is named Jack Napier. He covers like sort of red pill content, but I would say like he covers red pill content in a very like loving, gentle. I don't want to say the word healthy because that sounds like I'm judging other people in the red pill sphere, but I don't love all of the philosophy in the red pill. I think that's not a radical notion. I side more with, or I resonate more with the stuff that's about honesty. And if you like a woman, just fucking tell her and, love yourself and work on your masculinity, and then you'll have something to share. I like that section of the red pill. There are some people in the red pill who are a little bit more maybe going down the route of like women suck and women are the problem and fuck women and, all of that kind of stuff. The reason I bring all of this up is like Jack Napier specifically calls himself a red pill person, but he focuses more on like the nice masculine side of the red pill. So anyway, point is, I like Jack a lot. He's such a lovely human being. I've collaborated with him like 3 times in the past, years ago. And I just sort of stopped collaborating with people for a little while I went monk mode and focused on my own stuff. And so he and I sat down for a live stream. So you can find this on his channel. Maybe I'll link to it as well. And we sat down for like 2.5 hours. It was just a killer call. Like we talked with the chat a little bit. We talked about BDSM and kink. We talked about healthy relationships. We talked a lot about honesty, and we just kind of hung out. Like we're two guys that like each other a lot. Like I love him to bits, and he makes it really clear that he resonates with our content. We tweeted each other sometimes, and he's just a really lovely human being. And so it was really nice to be able to sit down with him. So I'll link to that. I think if you guys are a fan of this channel and the stuff that I do, I think you'll really, really, really like this interview. So I'll link to that. I also just finished sitting down with, maybe I'll keep it secret for now. It's not a big secret, but the video isn't out yet. So I just sat down with 3 of my boys. I sat down with Ravi, another guy called Coach D, and another guy called Ralph. We sat down, we talked about, man, that was a killer podcast. Tons of value in that. We talked about like heartbreak is a privilege, because we started the talk by talking about, hey, Andy, you're 5 days out from a breakup with your partner of 7 years. How are you feeling? And we talked a lot about that. So it was a very honest, deep conversation. We gave a lot of advice for those men and women out there, those of you that are sort of struggling to start those baby steps, towards your goals. We talked about masculinity. We talked about the baby steps that you start that you take at the start. So yeah, that was a deep conversation. That'll probably be out on my channel in the next day or two, or maybe by the time this video drops, it will already be out. We'll see. But yeah, I have collaborated with people recently, which has been really nice, because like I said, it was something that I stopped doing for a little while there, kind of because I just wanted to I guess 2 reasons. One was that I wanted to put my head down and just do a lot of work and pump out a lot of content, which I've done. And now I've sort of come out of that, and I'm going to keep doing as much content. But now I feel like there's a bit of space in my brain or in my heart to go and collaborate with other people and do lots of that. So expect tons of that. You're going to get the same amount of content I've already been doing, but maybe even more, because I'm going to be collabing and going on people's channels and all of that sort of shit. But then I think the second reason, and if I'm very honest about this, The second reason is because in these spaces of maybe masculine energy, and lots of you watching are female. I think my audience is like 25% female, 75% men. So lots of you women are watching right now. Hello, ladies. Like, how's it going? But there is a lot of like masculinity on this channel because I'm a guy and I think I'm fairly masculine, right? It's a masculine channel. In these spaces of men and masculine self-improvement, particularly when it comes to dating and sex, there is a lot of, I don't want to say toxic because that's not quite it. But there are a lot of men who are wounded or hurt, or maybe they're just cold and they've put up a wall and they see women as the other. And by the way, there are a lot of women that feel like that too. And they don't trust men and they, hyper feminist, or they just think men are the problem, blah, blah, blah. It's like a common human thing. We blame other people. We will blame another race, another gender, another age group. How many of you in your life have complained about old people? Or if you're a little older, you've complained about the youth. How many of you have non-ironically used the phrase millennials or Gen Z or Zoomers or any of that? Anytime we do that, and it's okay to do that, I've done that too. It's called being a human. But we are making the other person or the other group the other. And we're, without realizing it, judging them. And there is a lot of that in these like men's sort of sex and dating and self-improvement circles where they see women as the enemy, they see women as the thing to be conquered, and it's all about like pickup lines and, manipulation tactics and all of that. And I'm not saying all pickup is manipulation, but a lot of it is. It's like, how can I trick her into coming into bed with me? How can I get her to chase me? How can I play these sort of mind games so that I can win and conquer her before she conquers me? Basically, how do I get what I want? Almost without getting her what she wants. Like, I don't really give a fuck if she gets what she wants. I just want to get laid, or I just want a partner, or I want a girlfriend. Like, what do I want? Let me get that. There's obviously a lot of that in business, sales tactics and all of that. How can I manipulate the person who's watching without them realizing that I'm doing that? Like, that's just a very common route or route that a lot of people take. I don't resonate with any of that. Like, that just isn't what this channel is. I think most of you know that by now, but this channel is like, how can I get a ton of sex, if that's what you want, or a ton of money, or a ton of happiness, or a ton of friends, and add to the lives of all the people that I do that with? How can I win and help them win in the process? How can we both be on the same team? Like, I meet a woman and I go, how can you have a great time and I have a great time? How can we make each other's lives better so that when we leave, when we break up or when we stop seeing each other, we're both better off? That's what I tried to do with Imi, and I think we were pretty successful at that. That's what she tried to do with me, and I think we did a pretty good job. Like I said, we're now sitting here at the end of a 7-year relationship, and yes, we've cried. Yes, we have grieved, but that grieving took 1.5, maybe 2 days. And I'm sure when we get to the point where she moves out, which is going to happen over the next month or two, we have some like things to close off, and she's got some work commitments and all of that. When we go our separate ways, it will be at the start of June. I'm sure we'll both cry. Like, yeah, no shit. We'll probably both cry on that day. Yeah. But how have we been able to sit in that and go, I feel 10 or 20% sadness, 80% gratitude and love? It's because we both had the mindset every single millisecond that we're in this relationship, no matter how long it lasts. If it lasts until the day we both die, that's beautiful. If it lasts another year, that's beautiful. If it lasts until next week and then we break up, that's beautiful. How can we make the most of every second that we have together and use every second to benefit me and benefit you and then benefit both of us coming together? In other words, how can we both play to win? Like my play to win video course, how can we make each other win? And so having that mindset the entire time means that you finish up with no regrets. So yeah, anyway, I got kind of off topic here. I forgot the original topic that I was talking about, but whatever. I'm tired. I'm rambling. But yeah, play to win, motherfuckers. There was probably some wisdom in there. I appreciate all of you. I've been having fun collaborating. No, that's where I was going. You can tell I'm really tired, ladies and gentlemen. That's where I was going. So there are lots of people in these men and women's men's like self-improvement spheres and dating spheres that maybe don't resonate with our content of like, let's be honest. Let's just be autistically honest. If you want something, just fucking say it so the other person can decide if they want to give it to you or share it with you or not. Like, give them all the information. Be like, hi, I find you hot. I'd like to date you. I want it to be casual, friends with benefits. I'm probably going to see other women. Do you want that? Here's the whole package. Now you can make your decision. Do you want this? There's no tricks. There's nothing I'm withholding. You're not going to find out some dirty secret like 3 weeks later. I'm telling you up front so you can make an informed decision as an adult. And I want you to try and tell me everything up front as well, so I can make an informed decision as an adult. And then we'll both figure out if we want to do this thing together or we'll go separate ways. That's my philosophy. And there's lots of people like that. You know, this guy that I'm talking about, Jack Napier, is like that. My friend Ravi and Coach D and Ralph and all these kind of people that I've talked to recently, they are like that. There's lots of these people, but they're more rare. And so you kind of have to go digging for them. Let's say they're about 1 or 2% of the people that I found online. You know, Mark Manson is another one like that. Caleb Jones to some extent, or to quite a big extent, is like that. Chris from Good Looking Loser to a large extent was like that. But you kind of have to go digging for these people that are just like authentically, autistically honest. And they're like, fuck playing games. Women are my teammate. I love and I value them and I want them, you know, to build something with them. Again, lots of people like that. It's just maybe 1 to 2% of YouTube. So you have to go digging. And so that was the main reason why I stopped collabing with other people, was I just was getting emails and inquiries from people saying like, hey, do you want to sit down and talk? And I would look at their stuff and I'd be like, I love this stuff, man. I think there's some beautiful things here. I just am maybe not in the headspace where I'm patient enough to untangle maybe some of the things that I don't fully resonate with, and for us to come together and have a mutually beneficial conversation. Like I'm at the point where I'm trying to just really go hard with my own philosophy of like honesty, you know, kindness, compassion in dating and sex and business and all of that. And I almost don't want distractions. And not that I would get on a channel with someone and be like, I disagree with everything you're saying. No. But I just only want to be thinking about honesty, integrity, compassion, you know, and I'm not perfect with all of those things. Nobody is, but like those are my main fucking philosophies and principles. I only want to spend time with people like that. And I just don't want any distractions. And so it was easier for me to just say, I'm not going to do any collabs, even with people that I love and resonate with, like Jack Napier and, you know, all my other friends. I just want to say no to everything for a while and just go and do my own thing for a little while. So that's why I haven't sort of collabed in a year or two. Now I feel like I'm a lot more patient. I basically spent the last year working on compassion, patience, trying not to judge or letting go of my judgment of people who maybe aren't as honest and all of that sort of stuff. So I've been working on that. So yeah, long story short, in this big ramble, I'm going to do more collabs. Like I said, I appreciate all of you being so nice. What else do I want to say? Okay, I tell you what I will talk about, because you got me here. I kind of hinted at this with Taylor yesterday. He and I are building a coaching program that will be far more accessible to all of you. Because, like, let's be honest, an $11,000 coaching program, or right now it's $9,000. You know, I've got a discount on with the coaching program. Got a little sale on, boys and girls. $11,000 or $9,000 is, for a lot of you, fucking insane. Like, let's just be honest. For those who can afford it or take a payment plan and they come to the coaching, they're like, this is life-changing. I'm so glad I paid this much money. In fact, a lot of them have said, bro, you're undercharging me. You've changed my life. I appreciate this. That's beautiful. But let's be honest, most of you, the vast majority of you, don't have $9,000 laying around or $11,000. Even if you take a payment plan, you're still committing to that debt. It's like, yeah, I'll pay it off over the next 2 years, but it's still a fucking debt that I'm going into debt for. And so I think it's been a little tone deaf of me to only have one coaching program. And if I'm honest, the main reason that I did that was I've poured a lot into that coaching program. Anyone who's been a client of mine will say, yeah, Andy puts in a lot of love to this. And I think because of that, I haven't felt like I've had enough time to sit down and say, hey, let me build a $200 coaching program, for instance, like $200 a month, like something that's pretty accessible to most of you, not all of you. But if you can't afford that, then just use the YouTube channel. Like, I'll come on live streams. I'll still give you free coaching. There's other coaches out there that are cheaper. Like, there are enough people on the internet that will help you for free. So you're fine. But I just felt like I haven't had enough time and energy really to sit down and properly build something. Because I don't just want to build a $200 a month coaching program and be like, yeah, you get a weekly call with me and that's all you get and that's all the program is. Like, I could half-ass a coaching program, and there are lots of half-assed coaching programs out there. I've been in a few, and that's okay. That's beautiful. You know, they're doing their thing. But I don't want to half-ass this. And so I think I've just procrastinated it and put it off forever because I'm like, well, if I'm going to build a second coaching program, I want to, at least in the building of it, put as much effort as I have and thought into it as my main program. And obviously, the main program, I put way more effort because you're paying like fucking 10 times the amount of money. But I still want to build something beautiful for $200 a month. So I've procrastinated forever. Recently, I've finally gone on this kick of like, what if I just let people help me? Which is why it was honestly a big part of the reason why I made that video announcing Emmy and my breakup, was because I thought, and I was right, all of these people are so nice and so loving. And I bet you if I make a video saying we've broken up, they'll be really nice. And you were unbelievably nice, like insanely nice. And so I've been on this like kick, or on this like binge almost, of like going, what if I let people help me? So I reached out to Taylor, one of the coaches in my program. You know, Cam's a bit busy, so he doesn't have time for this. But I reached out to Taylor and I was like, Taylor, brother, if I pay you, will you build a coaching program with me? And he was like unbelievably excited. Like, he's just a passionate person about helping people and about me and about the coaching and all of that. And he's like, dude, hell yes. And so we've been starting to build this. I've had my friend Ravi help me a metric fuck ton. Cam has been giving me advice, which I appreciate. I've had a bunch of other people give me advice. And so we've been building this thing. I don't know when it will be ready, but let's just also say, I guess here's what I'll say. So it's probably going to be $200 a month. Don't quote me on that. I'm still figuring that out, but like roughly in that ballpark. It will be a weekly call with me where it's like a Q&A. Like I will go through and answer everyone's questions, which would be roughly an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. But like, to answer everyone's questions, it would be daily accountability, or I haven't figured that out yet. It'll either be daily accountability or 3 times a week accountability from Taylor at first. And then I'm going to bring in other coaches as well. So he will go in there, you know, give you lots of love and be like, hey, brother, like go out there and talk to that girl today, or go start that business today, like giving pushes. He will also do an additional weekly call. So you'll get a weekly call with me, a weekly call with him. And as we keep building this out, there would be other coaches that you will also get weekly calls. So at some point, you're probably getting a call every fucking day, but that's more like in the future once we finish building it. You'll get that 3 times a week, like pushing and accountability. You'll be in a group of all the other people as well who will push you. Like all the other students will push as well. We're going to have like weekly competitions sort of things and like challenges, almost like an approach anxiety program, but more for like your mindset. And so like each week we're going to have a different focus. So maybe it'll be like, this week the focus is on honesty. And here's your 3 challenges. Challenge number 1, can you be honest with a family member or a friend that you haven't maybe told something that you've wanted to tell them? Open up, tell them that thing, let us know how it goes. Challenge number 2, you know, these are all in the same week. Challenge number 2 of that week is, can you be honest with someone that you're dating, or someone that you're interested in, or just a random guy or a girl on the street? Can you just go and tell them that they're pretty? Can you tell them that you like their hair? Can you just be honest with someone that you're interested in some sort of romantic sense? Number 3, can you be honest with yourself? That'll probably be the most powerful one. But sit down for 3 minutes, just be very still, be very clear, sit with yourself and think of like, what have I not admitted to myself? What's something I've been self-medicating and avoiding? What's something that I kind of know that I want to change or fix, but I've been avoiding it? How can I be more honest with myself? And so that might be the 3 challenges for that week. And everyone will go out, all the students will go and do that. And I will do it too. And so will Taylor. And he, like, we'll be doing the challenges with you. And he and I will probably like record a video and be like, hey, here's how the challenge went for me. Let us know how you guys went. And we'll have a different challenge every single week. So there's all these things that we're going to build. And anyone who does pay for, or who's already in the big coaching program that we already have, you know, the $11,000 one, they get access to all of this too. So this will make that big coaching program that much better. And that big coaching program is like, so that big coaching program is basically if you're wanting access to me, I guess you'd say. If you want proper one-on-one access to me, because I'll be very transparent, in the $200 lower tier coaching program that we're doing, it will be mostly Taylor doing a lot of the grunt work, or the brunt of the work, along with other coaches and stuff like that. I will take a weekly call, but I won't be the one who's like constantly pushing and all of that. That will be the coaches. I'm basically building a system of other coaches to help you. So you still get access to me. You're going to do a weekly call with me. So you get to hang out with me once a week. But if you want full on crazy level access to me where I literally record hour-long voice messages for you every fucking day. Like if you want one-on-one proper access to Andy, that will be what the big coaching program is still there for. So yeah, we're still building all this stuff. Like I said, if any of you hear all of that and you're like, bro, I want to be the first person in, I'm thinking of giving, like, I guess you call it an early bird like discount. And so what I'm thinking is $50 a month, like, because we're still in the process of building it. So if any of you want to sign up like right now, if you're like, bro, I'm sold, dude, sign me up, you can come in for $50 a month. But we will probably grandfather you in for that. Like maybe I would say something like this. You can have, if you sign up now, if you guys are like, fuck man, I think I want to be part of this. This sounds cool. Maybe we'll give you the $50 a month rate instead of $200 or whatever we make it. So you're getting like 75% discount for being an early adopter. Maybe we'll give you that for a year. And then after a year, you'd go up to $200 or whatever it costs normally. So if that sounds appealing to some of you, if you're like, bro, what the fuck? I want a 70%, 75% discount. Maybe shoot me an email. You can just email me at andy@killyourandaloser and just be like, bro, $50 a month? Hell yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'll help you. You would be helping us too because, you know, you can give feedback as the first person. It's like you're buying beta access. You know, we're building all this shit, but like you'd help us get the ball rolling. So if that appeals to any of you, just shoot me an email. It's probably the easiest way. You can leave a comment, but I don't always read the comments. So probably just shoot me an email and say like, Andy, I want this. Again, that's andy@killyourinnerloser.com. We'll sign you up right now. We'll get the ball rolling. I don't know how much of an interest there is going to be in this, but I have a feeling there are a lot of you that want coaching and you're just like, bro, $9,000 is insane. It's tone deaf. I don't have that money. I'm glad that lots of your clients can afford that, but that's not me, bro. I'm just a normal bro. I have $200 a month. I can give you that. I can figure out the budget and make it work and all of that. Or I guess, like I said, if you sign up now, it's $50 a month. I'm sure that's like more accessible, but yeah, I get that I've been a little tone deaf in the past. I think to be fair to myself, like I said, I was just busy, guys. Like I think I've tried too hard to build too much of this community by myself. And the times when I've built the fastest or built the best has been when I've let people help me. And I think for the last maybe year or two, I didn't let people help me as much as I could. Like that's on me. I'm still learning that lesson. It's like I say to all of you all the time, let people help you. My coaching or get a friend or join a forum. But then sometimes we need to take our own medicine, don't we? So sometimes we give really great advice to other people, and then we're a little bit of an adorable hypocrite and we don't fully follow through on our own advice. So I'm taking the fucking medicine. I'm letting people help me. I don't think there's anything else to say other than I appreciate all of you. Like I said, I really appreciate you all for being so damn nice on that other video. There was even one comment which, like I said, I deleted it because it didn't feel super kind. It was phrased maybe not in a kind way, but even as I read through all of it, I sat with it and I meditated on it. And I was like, yeah, he might be right. There's parts here that might be right. And yeah, maybe I think he's wrong on this bit, but like, how can I still use that to improve myself and sit with myself and be a little bit more comfortable in myself? So I appreciate even the criticisms. I can't promise that I will always take them with a fucking enlightened smile on my face. Sometimes I'll just delete the comment or something. I'm human. But even the comments that I delete or the comments that don't feel super kind, I still sit with them for a little bit. There's still some processing that happens. And I will say even the most negative comment still benefits me. Because if nothing else, if someone criticizes me, and this comment that I'm referring to, it wasn't too critical. It just wasn't super kind. But even if someone leaves a really unkind comment, like they're like, you stupid bald bitch. You know, I happen to be a beautiful bald man. If they're like, you stupid bald bitch, you ginger fucking bald bitch, you're ugly and you deserve to die, which nobody really writes a comment like that. But even if they did, what can I learn from that? Okay, well, thank you for testing my fucking stoicism. Thank you for a reminder that I want to be really kind to other people because this comment wasn't particularly nice. You calling me a stupid, bald, ugly bitch with a stupid ginger beard. That's not nice. That didn't bring up feelings of love in me. Hey, I want to now try a lot harder to be nicer to other people out there because not everyone is nice. They're trying their best, just like I am. We're all humans in this, endless fucking playground of weirdness that we call life. And if they're struggling, maybe, like if they're struggling to be kind, maybe I can use that for a bit of self-reflection and say, okay, in my own life, has there been a time recently or ever, maybe right now, that I haven't been as kind as I could be? And yeah, I haven't gone out and abused someone or said something deeply unkind to them, but have I potentially even accidentally hurt someone recently? Yeah, we all have. We're all human, right? None of us are fucking perfect. Cool. This person leaving this comment that has brought up feelings of sadness or anger or criticism or whatever, this unkind comment or this comment that I'm calling unkind, wow, what a great opportunity for me to double down on being nice. Like, I'm going to use this person's unkindness as a beautiful catalyst for me to be fucking triple as nice. It's kind of like, right, if you're going to, I'm saying this in a funny way, but if you're going to be a dick, and I don't think the person is a dick, but it's a joke. If you're going to be a dick, I'm going to be triple nice. And then if you're going to be 5 times more of a dick, I'm going to be 10 times nicer. And then if you're just going to be an absolute raging cunt, then watch me cook. I'm going to go out there and just be nice to 100 people to like offset or balance out your dickishness. And I don't think they're being a dick, but you know, that's like a funny way of phrasing it. So yeah, it's a funny way of saying it, but I have a love-hate relationship with negative comments. And I think maybe a year from now or 2 years from now, I'll probably be at a point where I'm like, I love all the negative comments just as much as I love the positive ones. I'm not completely there yet, but I think I'm probably like, I don't know, 70% of the way there. So I appreciate anyone who leaves criticism, anyone who's not super kind. You show me in myself what I still have to work on, the stoicism I still have to build, the resilience I still have to build, and you help me be kinder to other people. So I appreciate that. But like I said, 99% of you were unbelievably loving. You were so freaking nice. I really wasn't expecting you all to be that nice. I expected you all to be nice. I know we've built a pretty nice community here. I wasn't expecting that level of niceness. And if you haven't seen it yet, like I said, go back a couple of videos and watch that video I did on breaking up with my partner, Amy. Read the comments. I think you'll all be like, damn, bro, these people are fucking nice. So I appreciate you. You've made the breakup. It was already like relatively as nice as a breakup ever could be. You definitely like helped a lot. So much love to all of you. We're going to keep pumping out content. I will focus more on doing lots of collabs as well. Like I said, if you want to join the coaching program that we're building for like $50 a month, and maybe we'll grandfather you in there for like a year, like you can have that price locked in for a year. If you would like that, just shoot me an email, Andy@KillYourInnerLoser. Bro, I want to do this thing. Let me fucking do it with you. So much love to all of you. You're all doing a good job. Maybe I'll mention it because I got it here right now. I already kind of mentioned it before, but for the next, I think it's like 20 days left, I have a discount, a sale on the big coaching program that's normally $11,000. It is now $9,000, and you can take a payment plan if that helps, and you get an extra 4 weeks in the program. So that's running right now. If you want that cheaper $50 a month program, lock it in, email me, and we'll build that together. But yeah, much love to all of you. Thank you for being here. And I guess, what can I do for all of you? You know, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what I can do for you. I mean, I try and do stuff for you, like that's the point of this channel. But like, if there's something in particular that you want me to cover, if there's something you want me to talk about, if there's something that you're struggling with, if you're in pain or you're suffering and you feel like no one cares, I promise that I care. And as we found out with the evidence from that other video, a lot of you care. You care about me, you care about each other. So we'll be there for you. So if you're struggling, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you're struggling with or what questions you have or what you want to know or whatever. And we will all do our best to give you tons of love, tons of advice, and we will tell you that you're going to make it. Because guess what? In the words of, and I can never pronounce his name, but I think it's like Ziz or Ziz. In the words of Ziz, who was a famous bodybuilder, he used to always say, we're all going to make it, brah. And that applies to you women too. We are all going to make it, brah.